I am pleased to introduce our sister-in-law, Krista. Krista is married to Randy, who you've already been introduced to. We are going to share with you, or Krista is, a favorite family muffin. We use it on special occasions, and we've been using this recipe since about 1964. A long time that this has been tested, and Krista has a few things that she's developed over the years. So Krista, show us how to make our favorite muffins.
Okay, well, the first thing I'm going to say is these muffins are very delightful to taste. They're made with buttermilk and brown sugar. We happen to call them conference muffins because to keep them special, I only do it 2 times a year. I do it at Easter and I do it in October. So the kids really look forward. So the first thing I'm going to do in my mixer is I'm going to crack 1 egg. The ingredients is quick to memorize. It's basically almost one of everything. Once I crack my egg, I make sure the shells don't go inside. So I want to fluff the egg a little bit. So I'm going to turn my mixer. You can use any mixer you want. We happen to like the Bosch. It's not a sales pitch, but once I've fluffed my eggs, I add my oil. Now it calls for 1/3 a cup of shortening, but I swap that out for corn oil. You can use any kind of oil you want. I know there's controversy with corn oil, but that's what I like to use. Then I fluff my oil with my egg, making sure that everything starts to get frothy and foamy. And I leave it on for about 2 minutes. Then I add my buttermilk. It calls for 1 cup. 1 egg, 1 cup of buttermilk. And again, you're going to get that frothy, foamy texture. At this time, I add my brown sugar. Once I've added my 1/2 cup of brown sugar, you want to make sure that that gets mixed up really well. Now that I've got everything frothy and flavored good, it's time for the dry ingredients. The dry ingredients are pretty simple too. I'll do the oats first to make sure that that gets distributed evenly. And I do kind of a heaping. Then you have, so it's 1 cup oats, 1 cup flour. And the thing about flour is you don't want to pack it. You want it light.
That's a good idea. Krista, tell us which kind, it doesn't matter what kind of oats.
It calls for the quick oats, but I prefer the old-fashioned oats. I don't even buy quick oats because I like my muffins, the oats to be firm and not mushy. So I use the old-fashioned oats. So now, once you add the flour, you're ready to add the dry ingredients that you want to pre-measure and have it mixed together and put it on top. Don't mix your flour and then put this in because you might get bits of soda or baking powder in a row. So you just want to distribute this really carefully in the dry ingredients, and then you turn on your mixer. And you can turn it on high speed at this point. Okay.
What speed was that, mixing that in?
I mix them on only a 2 on the egg and the oil. but I'll put it on a 3 or 4 when I go to mix everything together after I've scraped it all down.
Good sport in a kitchen she's not familiar with to give us her recipe.
Shake your beaters off. Don't give them to your grandkids.
Got raw egg in it.
It's raw egg. So, and then I take a scoop. You can use a measurement to scoop up, but this is pretty handy.
This is 1/4 cup measure.
And you want to drop this in the center, about 3/4 full, not to the top, because these are going to expand. And you want to make sure you have enough at least for each paper. And again, I make sure that the batter is completely tapped down. Sometimes I'll have you do that with cakes. And I spin it, and then it's ready to go in the oven. Once your muffins are done, you pull them out and make sure that they're done. I just kind of tap the center, and if it sponges right back, kind of like cupcakes, they are ready. And then I always try to put them on a baking rack. So I'm going to move over here to a baking rack. So I try to tip them over as quickly as I can, and I just try to catch them. And I never do just one batch. The batch bakes 12. The 1 cup proportions, 12. I want at least 24 to 36 when I do it for my family. Thank you.